Alright, match number 5, last for the league, playing for the 5-0. Considering the format is still, I think, pretty more on the grindy side, I think this is an okay keep. Not a lot of aggro, not a lot of aggression here, but I think we will be fine. Deck still feels very strong. It's Tron. I obviously am immediately punished, but I immediately draw a Soul Scar like the lucky trophy leader I am. So let's see. I mean, I still turn 3 Tron still looks kind of bad for us, but we do have a plan now, which is light up the stage, hope they got nothing, play a Blister Coil Weird or another Soul Scar Mage, then try to, I guess, dish out as much damage as possible. I know, seems unlikely, but got games 2 and 3, hopefully. Yeah, let's see. I don't see the damage mattering that much. They always seem to have Wormcoil these days. Oh, it's Eldrazi Tron. Our old buddy, old pal, as they say. Dismember would suck here, but I think I gotta go for I gotta try to maximize my mana. Yeah. I mean, I could try to sort of play around it, but yeah, it's worth the risk. Dismember, here we come. Yeah, brutal, but I think it was worth the risk. I mean, discarding 2 cards, well, you know, let's see. Could still deal with it. Feels so bad though to do this, but I think we have to. If I would have known they had Dismember, obviously it still would have been better to play this way, because obviously this would have meant that just dealing with the Soul Scar wasn't good enough. Yup, good old Karn. Wish I would have drawn a land. Still think I need to churn through my deck some more. Not really sure what I'm looking for. I mean, I guess land Firebolt would have been nice, but alas. King Blister. Clean counterattack. Could just Firebolt. Yeah, I don't want to take 3 damage. Obviously they could have Chalice, but like, I mean, this is so unlikely to win anyway. Oh yeah, and actually the token hopefully will. Yeah, I still got the Firebolt. I'm going to force them to use the Ballista. Yeah, or not. I mean, it kind of amounts to the same thing. Either, you know, I would have Firebolted them or the Walking Ballista. well, I'm gonna do this because there's a lot of... but the problem is they got Worm Coil. These kind of decks lend themselves to feeling kind of hopeless at times, because, like, there's just so much mid-range power here. I guess better than getting locked out of the game by Lattice. I just have to... I guess they were trying to keep me off a Path to Exile if I happen to have it. Yeah, still potentially getting further ahead on the clock, so there's that. Well, games 2 and 3 are better. Like Amulet Titan, though, this match is a little frustrating for me. Not gonna... I mean, no two ways about it. In my experience, they usually always draw exactly what they need, exactly when they need it. I just have to... you know what, I think the more I just accept it's going to be that way, like against the Amulet Titan deck, the less it's going to tilt me, and, the more it's... I guess the slightly better chance I'll probably do. I don't think it's actually going to end up making a difference, but at least there's some EV to not being as frustrated, having a better day, so to speak. But anyway, Lava Dart is pretty low value. Unfortunately, nothing can just stop the Relentless top deck, so... believe it or not, I think Flame Slash and Lightning Bolt are both pretty good. Actually, Firebolt might actually be better than the Lightning Bolt, believe it or not, because Firebolt can hit almost everything Lightning Bolt can. Just under Obosh, a Lightning Bolt can deal with Now, actually, Lightning Bolt's still better, because it just deals with more stuff when Obosh is out. And being an instant really helps. Flame Slash, of course, is excellent against Thought-Knot Seer, and even though it's a sorcery, so like they can usually take it with Thought-Knot Seer, the fact that it forces them to take it can be good, because like if I got a Blood Moon in my hand, it puts them in a possible lose-lose situation where they either have to take the Blood Moon or the Flame Slash. And, I don't think I can be more picky. Obviously, I'm going to take a lot of damage from my lands, but I think it's worth it to potentially deal a lot of damage and have a very aggro start. And we'll play Soulscar Mage. Probably won't make that big of a difference, but I deal slightly more damage if they happen to have Gut Shot for some reason. Well, that is the very obvious, nice turn 3 play if I draw a third land. Obviously, a Blast Zone nukes this board, but it will nuke most of my boards anyway. If it's this Chalice, I do have the Shattering Spree, but hopefully I draw a land so I can just keep them off of multiple mana shenanigans. Let's see. Hey, maybe we do have a shot this game. In my experience, though, they're going to slam Wastes. They only play 2 in their deck. I mean, obviously they shut themselves off of a Expedition map, which is one reason to get the Blood Moon out now rather than deal with the Chalice. There's actually no reason to deal with the Chalice yet. I don't have any more 1-drops in my hand. But in my experience, they're just going to slam Wastes. It's kind of frustrating, but watch. Well, okay, maybe I'll have better luck on stream. Oh, but Mind Stone, that'll do the trick too. I thought they were kind of off this for in favor of Maze Mind Tome, but yeah. The good news is I could actually deal with all 3 of these things. or 2 of them. And I have to kick it twice because, yeah, because it will get countered. First copy will get countered. This does open up them playing Expedition Map, but I just can't imagine that it's incorrect to, I just can't imagine it's correct to leave a Chalice on the table when I can cleanly deal with it. Just in my experience, they're going to slam a Wastes, or they're going to play a map, or I don't know. In my experience, something happens here. Even when it looks like I'm ahead like this, something happens. Hopefully I can just not be a Debbie Downer, and play the Season Power Manager while I don't have to discard anything. Maybe I can just win right here with double. Yeah. I think there's a lot to be gained by just dishing out a lot of damage. Of course, if they slam Waste into Thought-Knot Seer, that's bad, but I want to, if there's anything I learned about this matchup is you gotta squeak in as much damage as you can, when you can, because easily the game can just get locked up. Well, hey, I'm not going to get my hopes up. I actually think I do better when I don't get my hopes up against this matchup. I mean, I have won against it, just like Amulet Titan, though. Whenever I win, it feels like they've got a bad hand. Like they don't have turn 3 Tron, even with Expedition Map, or I don't know. But in theory, the Blood Moon should help a lot. I mean, because unlike regular Tron, they need colorless most of the time, and just shut up some number of colorless cards if they play. Yeah, let's run it back. I don't think there's anything to be changed. I think, at least for me, I can't guarantee this works for everybody, but I think for me, the key is don't get my hopes up. Just like Amulet Titan. Every single time I've won against Amulet Titan, I don't think I had my hopes up. So there's that. Let's see, mulligan. Yeah, I think I got a mulligan. Just way too little pressure. Right? I mean, like last hand, this has the best chance of actually getting there, possibly. I will put that to the bottom. It's less aggro, but, I need to be able to grind with this Pyromancer. Just don't get my hopes up. Just don't get my hopes up, and you never know. It's, if I don't have my hopes up, what's the worst that can happen? If I'm already not expecting to win. I think, well, you see, actually, I was tempted to just pass the turn, because I don't want to ramp them into Thought-Knot Seer, but, I mean, assuming they don't have a land, I don't want to give them more draws. However, this light up the stage definitely does incentivize me to go for it. So I will. Hopefully I reveal a land in another Blood Moon, so they can't take it with Thought-Knot Seer. But the good news, even if they do take Blood Moon, see, I do have the Flame Slash. Yeah, of course they... The good news is, even if they dismember, they will take damage, so I can light up the stage. Just in my experience, dealing with Matter Shaper always ramps them. So that's why I was originally thinking to pass the turn. But I just can't pass up playing light up the stage. Yeah. So if they Thought-Knot Seer me next turn, they'll probably take the Blood Moon, but then I do have a pretty good play in the form of Flame Slash, and then I also have Soulscar Mage, which won't have to disappear. Best case scenario is they've got no Mind Stone, no Wastes, and no Expedition Map, and no Thought-Knot Seer, and Blood Moon just Shuts them off. I'm not keeping my hopes up, though, since obviously that's a lot of cards we have to dodge. Is this Walking Ballista? I don't know. Or Chalice on 2? I don't think. I mean, if your opponent is playing Obosh, pro tip, do not play Chalice on 2. But I don't think that's going to happen. There's got to be Thought-Knot Seer. I mean, on the other hand, if it's not Thought-Knot Seer or Reality Smasher, the odds of Blood Moon doing a lot are kind of low. But keeping them off Tron is still going to make it worthwhile, even if they don't have Thought-Knot Seer. Well, you know, I don't know what to say. Probably they're going for a Worm Coil. You know. Anyway, I still have to imagine going for Blood Moon, which will also pump the Swift Spear to keep the Karn at 1 loyalty so it can't use its ability again, is probably good, even though I do lose my Soulscar Mage. I don't think Trinisphere is actually the best, to be honest. Especially since I can replicate underneath it, and it'll satisfy the 3 mana requirement. Gotta play Blood Moon, no two ways about it. I can't let them just sit around with all this mana. Plus, I need to get Karn out of the range to use its ability again. Even though that means I have to ditch my Soulscar Mage, it's definitely worth it, in my experience. I'm still resigning to most likely not winning this game, because in my experience, number one, they always have wastes here. Or they get to 6 mana and they can also play Ujin the Ineffable. The Ineffable, excuse me. I don't know, we'll see. But see, I feel like if I win this game, their hand must have been unbelievably terrible. No expedition maps, no Mind Stones, no wastes, no Thought-Knot Seer last turn. Hopefully they drew Thought-Knot Seer this turn. Hopefully they'll draw Reality Smasher next turn and no way to cast it. But, like, I don't know. I don't know what to say. You know, this is this ain't half bad. I can actually destroy both of these with exactly 3 mana. So I mean, but there's something to be said about maybe keeping them off of a map. But again, I just don't think I can afford to leave Chalice on the table. I just can't. So I'll replicate it twice, and this does satisfy the Trinisphere's requirement. You know, I think that makes Trinisphere kind of exceptionally bad in my opinion, but, you know. So I'll go after this. Yeah. And then kill the Karn. Again, I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm expecting an Ujin the Ineffable next. Jeez, I'm having these George W. Bush moments with adding these. I called it. I called it. See, told you. Well, it didn't go after Blood Moon. Well, I guess they didn't have to. Well, I can deal with it now. I don't know. Obviously I'm gonna try to deal with it, but I don't feel I deserve this. It looks like I am gonna get Ujin off the table, but like why? Why didn't they just deal with Blood Moon while they could? I don't even know. I'm still not getting my hopes up. They misplayed. They, you know, they don't have a waste. But I'm still not going to get my hopes up because I know something's going to happen. They've got All Is Dust. And that, yeah, they've got, yeah, All Is Dust. Nice. Yeah, they're gonna get Worm Coil Engine. It's gonna make my life miserable. I can't let them use the ability again, I don't think. Or can I? I think I kind of need the Soul Scar Mage, but like, them using the ability again is just so brutal. I can't count on drawing anything, though. Yeah, I think I need the Soul Scar Mage to help manage the, Wormcoil Engine. This is probably a good illustration of actually this matchup being pretty bad, because, you know, I mean, even with Bloodman, still am not expecting to win. Well, I have to, and as you can see, to even be in this game at all, to have any chance of possibly winning, I have to get so absurdly lucky. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on myself in this matchup. It just feels so hopeless sometimes. In theory, it shouldn't. I know I've won in the past, but it's a miracle they haven't ripped a waste or some other way to produce colorless mana by now, I feel. And I haven't really gotten close to 5 lands. I mean, I kind of need the Obosh to help deal with the Wormcoil, and then hopefully I can replicate the Shattering Spree and deal with the tokens. I mean, you know, I do have some kind of plan here. I'm not completely out in the cold. Opponent's looking at their sideboard, I think. I mean, yeah. I just feel like at some point all is dust is going to just dash all my hopes here. All is dust is just so insane. Such an insane card they printed, wow. Can you imagine in the old days seeing a card like that? Of course it is 7 mana, but still. Okay, what did they get? Walking Ballista. That makes sense. I have to go for Obosh. Yeah, I have to go for Obosh. No two ways about it. All the other cards are just stopgap measures, you could say. And, you know, I'm not going to Shattering Spree, because I have more potential targets in the future. Really what I want to do is I want to be able to deal with the Wormcoil Engine with like a Lightning Bolt or a Flame Slash with Obosh also in play. I may have to end up just Shattering Spreeing the Ballista and the Wormcoil Engine, though. I think it makes sense to block. Just think about this. No, actually with Obosh, but I'm at a virtual 5 life. So another yeah, I'm just gonna play risky. This Obosh just incentivizes me to keep these little dinky creatures around a bit more. Too bad I can't play Obosh and deal with both of these. I obviously have to deal with these two right now. No two ways about it. I wonder if the opponent thinks I'm getting incredibly lucky. I mean, I probably am, but, I mean, I am, definitely. But, I don't think the opponent realizes that that Ujin misplay probably cost them the game. So it was still in their control. Yeah, this makes for very bad blocks, or very bad attacks. But then again, so did attacking into blocking Ballista. But, you know, I got a plan. I think I'm going to slam Waste, though, and play Thought-Knots here. That seems like something that would happen to me in this matchup. I would have thought an attack, maybe with the lifelink, might be kind of free, although I think my block would have been pretty obvious. I mean, how feisty do I want to get? I mean, I could attack with Seasoned Pyromancer, but then it's just so awful if they've got Dismember. Then again, it's so awful. what can they have? I mean, hopefully like quad Reality Smasher, and no way to cast it, and they don't draw anything for the rest of the game. You know what? I'm just going to attack with the Bone Crusher, also because Seasoned Pyromancer is a much better blocker than it is an attacker anyway. In this situation, I'll probably block with the lifelink creature. That's fine with me. I will accept that. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Wonder what I'd do if they attack. I think I have to block because I'm now, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, because they can play 4/4 Walking Ballistas. They draw 2 more lands, and any other Walking Ballista is lethal if I take. Seems like double blocking, but yeah. And even if they Dismember, they would have to use the Dismember on the creatures rather than the Obosh. And this is all, of course, assuming they don't just slam Waste and Reality Smasher. Karn, okay. Fair. I wonder if they got another Wormcoil Engine. Fair. Okay, what's the opponent up to? Ooh, Mystic Forge. Another card that will ruin my day. Oh no! Well, actually, I don't think. I'm just gonna attack Karn. I've got to imagine they're running out of good cards to fetch with it. And either way, I think getting the Death Touch creature out of the way would be good enough. I'm gonna play the Monastery just to write them to their All Is Dust, which I'm predicting. I'm gonna get all dusted next turn. You know, because I mean, there's Chalice to be worried about. I don't really care at this point. It looks like I got a chance. I'm telling myself I don't. In the back of my head, I kind of feel like the only reason I'm no, you know what? I shouldn't even think that positively. This plan is just no expectations. Plan is I know I know it's like they're so overdue for drawing some type of colorless source. Their hand is probably filled with things that will kill me once they do. They probably have a All Is Dust too, which also probably will just kill me. Probably turn off auto yields and end of step just so I can play but it won't matter because this is all is dust. Or a walking ballista. Nice. Yeah, I don't know about that. Oh, I guess they had to get it out of the way for Mystic Fords. Well, gotta draw something right now, or I think they can basically get me. I mean, another Shattering Speed would be nice. Yeah, I mean, of course not. You know, that's my luck can't just be that lucky constantly. I guess an attack. No, it doesn't make sense to attack. So let's see. They can pump it up twice, so it's a 6/6. I mean, I guess, but they can deal with Obosh. That's huge, man. If only I drew another burn spell somewhere. I wonder if these lightning bolts were actually necessary. Because remember we were thinking about playing Firebolt. But anyway, another walking ballista. GG's. Should I say GG? I guess. Yeah, just this is just how it goes.